The year was 2150. Earth had become unrecognizable after waves of alien invasions. Humanity, pushed to the brink of extinction, turned to genetic engineering as a last resort. Thus, the X-Men Project was born. The idea of creating superheroes with mutant powers was no longer a fantasy, but the key to survival. Dr. Elara Zhen, a brilliant genetic engineer, led the project. Day and night, she worked tirelessly in her laboratory, striving to combine alien DNA with the human genome. Her goal, to create superheroes powerful enough to save the world. One fateful night, Dr. Zhen finally succeeded. 5 volunteers were reborn as human-alien hybrids, each empowered with DNA from different alien races. Nova, fire manipulation and flight. Quasar, telekinesis and mind reading. Nebula, light-speed travel and energy projection. Pulsar, super strength and invulnerability. Vortex, dimension manipulation and teleportation. The Galaxy X-Men were born, and the world looked to them with hope. The team underwent intense training and was quickly deployed to the battlefield. Their first mission, to liberate New York City from the Zorn, invaders from the Andromeda Galaxy. As they arrived, they found the city's skyline dotted with alien warships. Nova soared through the air, hurling fireballs at the ships. Quasar used her mind control to subdue the Zorn, while Nebula zipped around at light speed, rescuing civilians. Pulsar's massive fists pummeled through the alien army, and Vortex opened interdimensional portals to trap the enemy. The battle raged for days. The Galaxy X-Men fought tirelessly, and finally, New York was liberated. The victory was celebrated worldwide, rekindling hope in humanity's hearts. But this was only the beginning. Reports of invasions poured in from all corners of the globe. The Galaxy X-Men raced from one hotspot to another, engaging in countless battles. Each victory made them stronger, more cohesive as a team. Months passed, and the team received a classified mission from the United Nations. The aliens' mothership had been detected on the dark side of the moon. Their mission, destroy the ship and end the invasion once and for all. The team set off for the moon, reaching it in record time thanks to Nebula's light speed ability. The mothership was colossal, almost the size of a city. They managed to infiltrate the ship, finding it teeming with various alien races. It was as if the entire galaxy had gathered here. Fighting their way through, they pushed towards the central chamber. Finally, they reached the heart of the ship. Before them stood the Grand Consul, the mastermind behind the invasion. To their shock, the consul was a human woman. The woman smiled. "Welcome, Galaxy X-Men. I've been expecting you." It was Dr. Elara Zhen. The team stared at her in disbelief. Elara began to explain. "I created you, but you never knew my true purpose. This invasion was my plan all along." Quasar tried to read her mind, but failed. Elara laughed. "Don't bother. I'm a hybrid too, far more advanced than any of you." "But why?" Nova asked, her voice trembling. "Humanity was doomed," Elara said. "Wars, pollution, greed. Our only salvation was to evolve. I invited these alien races to harvest their DNA. Now the entire world will transform into hybrids like you. We'll become stronger, smarter, longer-lived." "But millions have died!" Pulsar shouted. "Evolution is always painful," Elara replied coldly, "but the result will be worth it. I'm saving humanity." The Galaxy X-Men hesitated. Elara extended her hand. "Join me. Let's be the pioneers of a new era." The team exchanged glances. Everything they had fought for had been a lie. What now? Vortex stepped forward. "No, we were created to be heroes, and that's what will remain." The others nodded in agreement. Elara sighed. "Such a pity. Then I'll have to sacrifice you too." A massive battle erupted. Elara had amassed all the powers within herself. Fire and energy blasts scorched the air. Dimensions ripped open and closed. Minds clashed in psychic warfare. The Galaxy X-Men fought the hardest battle of their lives against their creator. Alarms blared throughout the ship. Finally, Nebula shouted, The ship's taken critical damage. It's going to explode. Elara laughed maniacally. Then we'll all die together. At that moment, Vortex summoned all his power to open a massive dimensional portal. "Jump!" he yelled to his friends. They grabbed Elara and leaped into the portal just as the ship exploded in a spectacular blast. They found themselves on Earth, in the middle of a desert. Elara was subdued. "What do we do now?" Quasar asked. Nova replied, "We tell the world the truth, and then we try to find the right path for our species' future." As the Galaxy X-Men began their trek across the desert with their captive creator, they realized their adventure was far from over. The war between humanity and aliens had ended, but the real struggle to shape the galaxy's future was just beginning. Months passed, and the world struggled to come to terms with the truth. The Galaxy X-Men, once hailed as saviors, now faced distrust and fear. Some saw them as traitors, others as victims. The team found themselves caught between two worlds, belonging to neither. Meanwhile, Elara was imprisoned in a specially designed facility. Despite her confinement, her influence continued to spread. Many humans, disillusioned with their own species, sought out her teachings. A cult formed around her ideas of forced evolution. The Galaxy X-Men faced a new challenge, protecting a world that now feared them while preventing Elara's followers from continuing her work. They also grappled with their own identities. Were they human? Alien? Something entirely new? Nova threw herself into humanitarian work, using her powers to help rebuild devastated cities. Quasar became a diplomat, bridging the gap between humans and the remaining peaceful alien races. Nebula explored the far reaches of space, searching for other hybrid beings like themselves. Pulsar joined Earth's defense forces, standing guard against any future invasions. Vortex delved into the study of dimensional physics, hoping to unlock the secrets of the universe. But their greatest challenge lay ahead. One day, as Vortex was experimenting with dimensional travel, he stumbled upon a shocking discovery. Earth wasn't just invaded by aliens, it was on a collision course with parallel universes. The barriers between realities were breaking down, threatening not just their world, but the entire multiverse. The team reunited, realizing that Elara's plan was more complex than they had imagined. She hadn't just been trying to evolve humanity, she had been preparing it for a multiversal war. Faced with this threat, the Galaxy X-Men made a difficult decision. They broke Elara out of prison, needing her knowledge to save reality itself. As they embarked on a journey across dimensions, they were forced to confront hard truths about themselves, their origins, and the nature of existence. Their adventure would take them to the edges of reality and back. They would face alternate versions of themselves, gods of long-dead universes, and cosmic horrors beyond imagination. Through it all, they would question what it truly meant to be heroes, and whether the ends could ever justify the means. As they stood at the precipice of all creation, preparing to make a decision that would affect infinite realities, the Galaxy X-Men realized that their journey had only just begun. They were no longer just the defenders of Earth, but the guardians of the multiverse. The line between hero and villain, human and alien, savior and destroyer had never been so blurred. But in the face of cosmic annihilation, the Galaxy X-Men would have to find their own path. For in their hands lay not just the fate of humanity, but the destiny of all existence.